Now, in a perfect world, you will have decided on your writing schedule. You have decided where you're going to write, and you will be doing it. We don't always live in this ideal, perfect world. So one of the ways that we can get our book done is to write it where we can and when we can. So, we talk about, life getting in the way. There's always something going on, illnesses and emergencies and other things that just happen. So there are other ways of doing it. So there's no right or wrong way. We just get our books written in whatever is the best way for us. But if we've created a really, really good outline, we've gone and found existing content, then what we can do is write anywhere. Now, if you've got a cloud-based word processing system, something like Google Docs, or you've got Dropbox, something like that, or OneDrive, you could write your book absolutely anywhere. So I don't know how you like to write. You might have an iPad, you might have a little computer. You can literally go and, I'm going to say you've got a computer. You could literally take your computer anywhere, open up your document and start writing. So let's say, you take your computer to work, for example. You've got lunch break, though I don't advocate writing your book in work while you're trying to eat your salad or your sandwich, but it might be your only opportunity. So if you've got a cloud-based word processing system, you can pretty much write anywhere. Now, what some authors choose to do is to write their book right inside their outline. So what I said previously is once you've got your outline, when you go to find current content that you've got, you save the, so you've still got the existing outline, you've saved it as another document, and you've put your stuff in it. Now, what I tend to do is I tend to go back to the existing outline and I make another copy of that. But what I do is I write each chapter as a separate document, and then I pull it all together. So I've got the original outline. I've got the document where I filled it full of everything that I have ever written. And then what I do is I make this new copy of the outline, but I do chapter by chapter by chapter. So I've literally said, this is chapter 1, this is chapter 2. So they're all separate documents. What I will do is keep open the document that's got all of the stuff that I want to write about. And then I've got the first chapter, for example, the first chapter I want to write. And I'll go and look at my existing content. And what I'll do is I will either go and pick up a chunk of that and pop it in, and then I'll rewrite and restructure that bit, and then I'll go and get the next chunk and do the next chunk, and then I might write a chunk and then I'll go back and get another chunk. So that's my way of doing it. And what's lovely about that, if you've got this cloud-based computing, you can literally do it anywhere. So think about where you could do that sort of thing. Now, other ways that you could do that I'll come on to in a minute, but just think about where are those little pockets of time that you could take your computer and you could sit and write. So it's finding a process that works for you. The process that works for me is I have my existing outline, I have my document that's got everything dumped in, and then I take the original outline and I create separate chapters of outlines, and I write a chapter at a time, taking bits of content and writing new content, because that's what works for me. So just have a think about how you could make cloud-based computing work for you in getting your book done.